Hello, this is your brother, your friend Daniel Datibi, the author of the book Overcome Rejection, Turning Your Greatest Dreams into Reality. Today, I want to briefly talk about the impact of rejection on self-esteem and how we can be able to overcome it. Like I always say it, and I will continue to say it, there are many times where we feel rejected by our own family members, we feel rejected by our own relatives, we feel rejected by people around us, we feel rejected at our place of work, we feel abandoned, we feel not cared for, because abandonments, insults, abuse of all kinds, false accusations, corporal punishments, starvations, harassments, isolation from others, all of those things are what we go through in life from people who reject us, people who don't like us, people who cast us out in their lives. And the challenge is we go through this on daily basis, either in our families or at our place of work, in our relationships, and sometimes, and in most cases, even in marriages. That is why we see that so many things are falling apart nowadays in many families. However, we also see that because of the pain, many people have gone in for suicide. But I always say, please, suicide is not an option. Don't think of suicide. Even though me too, I had so many suicidal thoughts, me too. But I'm glad I didn't commit it because I wouldn't be speaking to you right now. But I want to let you know there is still hope. Even when things are falling apart, there is still hope. There is still hope. Big times. Challenges that we have right now at hand is that you see that many of us who have been affected by bitter rejections, either you could have been in a place where you are a victim of war. Maybe you've gone from where you used to be to a place where you don't even know anything because of war. You have become a refugee, or you have gone to an IDP and you are there feeling lonely and abandoned. Maybe you are in a place of insurgency. Maybe you have a disease, or you are sick, maybe of HIV or whichever disease, which has a lot of stigma with it. Because people, when they know that you are sick of whatever disease, many times people try to avoid you. Maybe it is because of your background of poverty, of whatever it is in your background. Maybe you are an orphan, and the people who are supposed to take care of you are not there, and therefore they abuse you, they insult you because you are an orphan. Maybe you could be there and your husband died, and then because of that you are a widow. People from the husband's place, they don't like you there, they reject you. And sadly, when people reject you from your husband's place and you are a wife, chances are, and in most cases, people reject you plus your children, and the children becomes victims of circumstances. Maybe you are a widower, you've lost your wife. So even when you think, then people will begin to use all kinds of accusations. Others can say maybe you sacrificed your wife, that's why your wife died, or maybe because of this. So people can bring a lot of issues that stigmatizes. However, things can still move on, life can still move on. Maybe you have a chronic ill condition. Maybe for whatever it is, people have always rejected you. People have always pushed you away. People have always given you these four words. Others tell you no. Others tell you impossible. Others tell you never. Others tell you ha. All of those things, they will keep tormenting you with their words. However, my call to you is overcome the rejection and turn your greatest dreams into reality. One thing I know, when people struggle with the rejection, one thing that comes first is the issue of self-esteem, because people will make you feel useless. People will make you feel you are worthless. People will make you feel that you are useless. You don't amount to anything. But I want to tell you, life is still there. And then when you have this low self-esteem and everything is falling apart in your life, you are feeling unworthy, you are feeling everything is crumbling down, chances are, and in most cases, we see the manifestation of this through depression, through serious stress, through trauma. through serious anxieties, and then we have this premature death through suicide. There is this loss of hope. Your hope is lost. You find it very difficult to express yourself. It is hard to even talk, to let people know what you're going through. It is hard because you can't trust anyone. There is you feel less. You don't feel that you have an ability to do anything. You feel that your ability is not there. No self-confidence whatsoever. You can't even make a decision for yourself because you are worried what will people say. You have this negative outlook about who you are. You look at others, you feel they are better, and then you even fail to concentrate on what you are meant to do. For example, even if you're in a shop, things can not go well. Even whatever you want to do, things that even you go to your office, you are employed in a high office, and then you come to office, you can't even concentrate on your desk. You can't. Why? Because of the feeling. You lose focus. You don't pay attention to anything. And instead, you will begin to look at your own weaknesses. Then you begin to blame yourself. Say, maybe I wish I wasn't there. I wish I was not even born. You have this frequent fear of decision making based on what will people say. All these things, having self-doubt and denial in undertaking things, you can't think of yourself, and you have this huge living in fear of failure. You have this extreme fear, and then because of that, you isolate yourself. You go into your own self, and then you're like, no, I don't need the people around me. And in most cases, we become very aggressive trying to defend ourselves. We become vulgar. We speak vulgar language. We abuse, we transfer all the anger and emotions, and then we have this aggressive behavior. You develop a strong bitterness and anger, so it influences demotivation within yourself, and that explains actually why many people end up in criminal cases. By the grace of God, I talk to inmates in prisons, and they tell me, oh, I wish I knew. I was angry, and because of anger, I hit the person, and the person died, and I'm here charged for murder, but I wouldn't have. Do you know that anger and bitterness are the key components that destroys lives? Still, even when we feel rejected, even when we feel abandoned and our self-esteem is gone, one thing I want to let you know, life can still move on. Life is still here in your hands. Don't give up on your life. Don't you ever give up on your life. Don't give up on your life. Don't. I repeat again, don't give up on your life. I know due to the compounded effect of rejections received from the family, place of work, relationships, marriage, all that, many times we end up self-imprisoning ourselves. You put yourself in self-prison, so that you imprison yourself. You sentence yourself to a prison. That explains why you have these prisons. I will explain in 6 forms. First prison is a physical prison. Because of the rejections you have gone through, you go into self-prison, so that you self-imprison yourself. One, you don't eat well because of no appetite, because of nothing like that. Then 2, you hardly take care of your body. When you check your hair, you wonder. You look at yourself, you're like, why will I even think of this? Because you even put your physical body in a prison because of the bitterness that you have received, because of the things that you have gone through, because of rejections. Number 2, financial prison. You end up being enslaved in financial bondages. And before you know it, you can't think of long-term plans, because for you, life is actually ending. You end up in a financial prison. Number 3, social prison. That is why many people from work, they go home, from home they go back to work. They don't have anyone to talk to. They don't trust people anymore. Why? Because they don't have a social network anymore. They cut themselves from people. They say, I don't like people anymore. I don't want to be with the people. I just do what I want to do. But in that case, from home to work, from work, home. If God helps them and then they go to church, go to church. After church, rush back home. No friends, no fellowship, no nothing. No people around you because of self-imprisonment. Because you are struggling with the self-worth, you are struggling with, am I still fit to be in people? Number 4, emotional prison. You end up being in a place where tears become your food day and night. The only time you wipe away that tear is when a visitor comes to knock on your door, or maybe when you're preparing to go to work. But even sometimes you can even break down from work. But as soon as you reach your house, tears are back because of the emotional pain, and you are failing to get out of that. Number 5, mental prison. You get a place where you're like, I did ABCD, nothing worked. So even as the other one did not work, I've given up. I normally tell people that these 4 words are words people normally give us when they reject us. But when we put ourselves in a prison, then we will say, mentally we will say, I will never do this again. We use the word never here. I will never do this again. I will never marry again. I will never date again. I will never do this again. I will never think of that again. I will never. Why? You've put yourself in a prison where you don't think that things can actually change. Your memory is only about the bad thing that happened in the past. That is where your memory ended. And everything that happened, that is where it is. But there is still hope. Spiritual prison. That is where people even end up being saying, you know what, I can't go to church anymore. I can't go for fellowship anymore. I want to be here on my own. And before you know it, you begin to get attacks, spiritual attacks. Looking at that, we don't want to be staying in that place. That's not the best place to be in. That is why this book is available. That's why I have gone through it myself, bitterly on all fronts. Be it from the family, be it at place of work, be it in a relationship, be it everywhere. By the time I am a married man in a church, wedded to one wife, by the time I took that bold step, I had gone through 8 heartbreaks. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Without those ones, without counting those who told me no even before I said anything, and even those who told me they are going to give me answer till tomorrow, there is no answer. Those ones are not considered. You introduce somebody to your people, and then before you know it, they tell you it is over. But still, I am here, married, having a family. Don't give up on your life. Don't give up on your life. Don't ever give up on life. Life has to move on. This book is available to help others as well. If I made it, then you can actually do it better. You can do it better. I assure you can do it better. This book will help you to shift from simply surviving to thriving. You could have reached a place where you are surviving, saying, after all I have this, I will survive. You are not meant to survive, you are supposed to thrive. You are purposed to thrive. So don't sit there and say, you know what, me, my life is gone, I will survive. After all, I have this, I will survive. Don't just survive, thrive. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your work, enjoy your family, enjoy your marriage. Number 2, this book helps you to release the blocks that are holding you back from breakthrough to greatness. Some of those things that are holding you back is anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, all of those things that you know are holding you back. You want to go forward, but then you remember, what happened in the past? Number 3, break free from the bondages of the past pains of the rejection. Break free. Break free. Number 4, discover who you are. Many times when people reject us, we lose identity of who we are. So we settle for what might come around. But that shouldn't be the issue. You still have the power. You still have the energy. You still have the strength to move from where you are to where you're supposed to be. So you need to rediscover who you are. Discover that person, the genius person inside you. Do that. You'll be able to rise above rejections. Improve your work engagement and performance. Many of us are even about to lose our jobs. Why? Because performance is not there. Every work organization, they have targets. You're not hitting your targets because of low concentration at work. Now, imagine you lose your job, what will happen next? Imagine the shop you are operating collapses properly. What will you do? How will you survive? Think about it. Maybe you are there and you have been heartbroken many times. You are failing to attract the right partner for yourself. You know what? When you improve on yourself, when you work on yourself, things must work out. Things will happen. So you'll be able to attract the romantic partner you want to have. And then also transform your current relationship where you are in right now. Maybe you are married and then the marriage is not working out well. It will help to transform that marriage so that you are able to enjoy yourself. Like I said, self-confidence is what is needed. You need your confidence up. If you lose your self-esteem because of the rejection, then nothing happens. So for you to get up, you need to revamp it. You need to, be authentically confident. Finally, from the things you learn here, you will get to a place where you are loved, where you are cared for, where you are supported, and you are valued by people around you. There is nothing better I could give this world apart from this book. This book is available. You can get it on Jumia. If you are within Uganda and other parts of Uganda, you can get it on Jumia. If you are within Kampala, you can get it from Aristoc. You can get it from Uganda Bookshop. You can get it from Angelina Bookshop. You can get it from Enjoy Bookshop in Wandagea. And if you're out of Uganda, you can still get this copy of a book from Amazon. You can download both versions, either the digital version or the hard copy. All are available. But ultimately, you can even still write to me. You can check me up on Facebook. You can get me. I'm always available to support because that is the best thing I can give the world, I guess. That's the only thing. That's the only gift I have for the world. And how I pray that you will benefit from this gift. That you will benefit from this gift from me. May God help you. May God bless you. Whatever you're going through, thank God you're going through it because at the end of the day, you will come out victorious. If it was not hollow, you will not go through it. But the fact that you are going through it, you are about to overcome. If I overcame, you too, you can. If I was able to move through it, you too, you can move. I know you can do it. I believe in you, you can do it. God bless you.